We are at San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium as the Arroyo Seco Saints hit the road to take on the San Luis Obispo Blues for the sixth time this season, looking to end their current three-game losing streak. Inside the broadcast booth, I'm Jarrett Thompson. With me, the always fantastic and energized Tommy Wirtz. Tommy, the Saints all but have made the playoffs, coming around the corner. Got to get them going again.
Yeah, it's better to get this losing skid, I think, out the week before before they head over to Lincoln and they have some playoff drought. They still got to clinch, still need a win. Magic number right now is 1 for the Saints. But right now, this is the lowest we've seen them in a few weeks right now, Jarrett. And the Saints looking to get past this skid, got a little bit more of an everyday lineup we usually see coming out today for the Blues. They're ready. And they'll have their work cut out against them against Heston Toll.
Yeah, this lineup facing the righty Heston Toll from the University of Arkansas. Toll making his sixth start of the year, comes in with a 2.91 ERA. And Conor Bradshaw playing center field today will lead things off. He'll be followed by Jake McMurray and Drew Cowley. Peyton Lewis, Josh Cowden, and Tommy Castillo in the middle of the order. Jack Burton, Brandon Boning, and Jackson Cobb round out this strong lineup for the Saints, trying to get back in the win column. Saints fell yesterday 12-6 to Santa Barbara. As the first pitch from Toll is high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, yesterday Bradshaw getting the day off. Not something we usually see from him. Near the top in games played for the team. But nice for him to kind of take a step back and watch Tommy Castillo, the new arrivee, get some playing time in center field.
Yeah, Bradshaw comes in hitting .394 for the team, leads the Saints in a lot of offensive categories, including hits. This one sent out towards left. Grotto a few steps back, looks under it, and will make the running catch for out number 1.
Yeah, a little bit of a charge in it there from Bradshaw, but about the best he could do with that one, up and away from Toll. Grotto takes a couple step back, and it's our first out of the ballgame.
That'll bring in Jake McMurray. The Saints and the Blues have played 5 times so far this year. The Saints winning 3 of them. Looking to win the season series against the Blues. McMurray first pitch swinging. Fouls that one off 0-1. Tommy McMurray made another fantastic defensive highlight yesterday, as we've seen a few times with the glove this year.
Absolutely laid out for that bunt yesterday and really kept them in the ball game in that 9th inning until the dreaded grand slam from Josh Stinson.
The 0-1 misses inside, and it's 1-1. The Saints come in with a league record of 15-10. The Blues 13-13. 1-1 to McMurray. That's lined right up the middle. For a base hit, the Saints have the first base runner and hit of the game, courtesy of Jake McMurray.
And a beautiful piece of hitting there from McMurray, guy who struggled yesterday, struck out 3 times, went 0 for 4, and it's just not something we typically see from McMurray. He's been the everyday first baseman for almost a month now. We've known what he can do. He's got great, quick hands, and fires that one right back up the middle, and he's on base now with Drew Cowley coming up.
Here is Drew Cowley, first pitch. Takes a strike going 1. Drew Cowley had an RBI single in last night's loss.
Cowley's single really kept him back in it. Dropped it down to a 2-run deficit heading into the last inning and gave him an opportunity on a play that could have been made.
This one's a grounder up the middle. It's going to be fielded by Fenn. Flip to second. Not going to be in time. Don't know if it was dropped by Mercado at short or not, but nonetheless, the Saints will have 2 base runners with 1 out.
Well, and it is going to prompt a visit out there from Bob Miller, and he's going to definitely give him a little something, at least wonder what happened and why he was ruled safe.
Fenn fielded it and flipped it to Mercado, but McMurray ruled safe.
And not much going on there after that. And he'll head back.
Nonetheless, it'll be first and second for Peyton Lewis. Lewis snapped a skid, a hitless skid yesterday with a single to right. And Tom, I think it'd be really important for the Saints to get off to a really good start, having lost 3 straight. Nothing to boost their confidence then getting some runs here in the top of the first.
Well, and it was a problem that we haven't seen in a while. The Saints' bats just haven't come alive. Yesterday, finally able to put up a few runs at least and keep them in the ball game. Just an unfortunate ninth inning that they came across. But if they come up, grab a run or two in the first inning, it would go a long way for their confidence in this game.
The 0-1 Peyton Lewis. He swings and misses again. It's quickly 0-2. And I think also what would help is we have a guy on the mound for the Saints starting today, Tommy Hanna, who's not started a game at all this year. So you don't know how he's going to be feeling instead of coming out of the bullpen starting. It would be nothing better than give him a few runs as a cushion before he even takes the mound.
Absolutely.
Lewis behind in the count 0-2 and chases a pitch outside. And 3 pitches sends Lewis down for out number 2.
Yeah, Lewis, unfortunately, there 3 pitches down on strikes. I don't know, he might have chased a couple of them there too as well. He's definitely looking to work out of this funk he's found himself in.
Heston Toll gets his first strikeout of the night, and there's 2 down with Josh Cowden. Cowden got the night off yesterday. One of the leaders in RBIs. He's got 19 on the season. Has a chance for number 20 if he can get a base hit here. First pitch swinging comes up empty, 0-1.
Toll really sitting on that outside part of the plate right now to the lefties, and it's working so far. Having gotten the strikeout just last to Lewis there, had Bradshaw popping out to left, and has Cowden swinging first pitch missing.
The 0-1 Cowden comes up empty. And 5 straight strikes for Toll, and he has a chance to strike out Cowden and get out of this first inning jam. McMurray on second, Callie on first, 2 gone. The 0-2 from Toll. That's way outside, 1-2.
Yeah, and all 3 pitches again, really on the outside part. Got Cowden swinging at one in the second pitch, and that one well outside. Not going to be fooled by that one.
1-2. That one's outside again. Like you said, Tommy, you can see Toll, his game plan early, working outside of those lefties on that side of the part of the plate. You got Lewis to chase out there. So far, Cowden is not with the 2 strikes, and now it's 2-2. Toll kicks and deals. That's in the dirt. Good block by Esperanza behind the plate. And the count's full.
And just something we're so used to seeing now from Josh Cowden. Smart, patient at-bats, working the count back. Started off 0-2, now 3 balls in a row. And he's just a pitch away from a walk and has really fought back into this count.
McMurray and Callie will get a head start. 3-2. And it's a grounder to second. Fenn fields it and flips to first for out number 3. So Heston Toll allows a couple of hits, but works out of the jam, and we have no score as we head to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, and Tommy Hannon making his first start for the Saints takes the mound. Hannon comes in without allowing an earned run all season. Contains an ERA of 0, but it will be his first time starting against this Blues lineup. Ryan Cermak, the center fielder, is going to lead things off for San Luis Obispo.
And Tommy Hannon carries an electric fastball with him, creeping in those low 90s. Can get up to maybe about 94 around that range. And really good breaking stuff, and it should be interesting to see how he can translate that into a starting role as he's been out of the bullpen most of the season.
First hit's going to come from Cermak, lined right over Boning, set at short. Castillo bobbles it in left, and Cermak's going to try to take two. The throw to second, not going to be in time. And a single and an error on Castillo in left. And we saw this sloppiness last night from the Saints defensively on little plays like that. And one batter in here, and we see it again.
Well, and Castillo just got a little too jumpy there. Cermak running to second was almost a blessing, and a good throw definitely gets him just off the line to Jackson Cobb, and it's another free 90 feet from Cermak.
And Cermak gets a hit and gets the second on the air on Castillo. Castillo normally been in center field when starting for the Saints. Moved over to left today, and now Hannon in some early trouble. First pitch to Clarkson's fouled back 0-1.
And yeah, that curveball by Hannon, you saw just hung up there a little too much. It was virtually right down the plate. We always like to see those finish a little bit lower. The Blues always come out swinging whenever the Saints come over here. They're very quick and eager, and they got a big crowd here that they love to get riled up as fast as possible.
Pickoff attempt, and Boning had a jump to save that one from going to center. Cermak will stay at second. Yeah, Tommy, we saw a few of those mistakes last night against Santa Barbara. Some bloop hits that the Saints fielders couldn't get under, a few bobbles, and it's one thing they have to work on, and not a good start here tonight with it. The 0-1's taken high, 1-1 to Clarkson. TJ Clarkson comes in hitting .290. One one. There is that breaking ball, but it misses inside. 2-1. Clarkson will be followed by Mason Grotto, Austin Shell, Tate Samuelson, AJ Esperanza, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Justin Trimble, Ryan Fenn, and Ruben Mercado finish off this Blues lineup. 1-1. Clarkson fouls it off.
And good to see Hannon battle back here. First batter of his start, getting a leadoff single, and then moving over on the error from Castillo, but can really come after Clarkson here, attack him, get the out yourself, give yourself some confidence to get this rest of this game going.
Boning playing just behind Cermak. 2-2. Breaking ball rungs Clarkson up. Clarkson cannot pull the trigger on the breaking ball, and Hannon gets his first strikeout.
And a very nice breaking ball there from Hannon. Looked like it might come across the inside part, and Clarkson watched it go by, too close to take, and it's a backwards K for Tommy Hannon.
That'll bring up Mason Grotto. The strongest hitter in this Blues lineup, hitting .367. With an early RBI chance.
Yeah, the Fresno State Bulldog Grotto definitely have to pay attention.
And that pitch gets behind Peyton Lewis. And it's going to allow Cermak to take third. And Tommy, again, another thing we saw way too much of last night.
Pass balls were an issue yesterday for the Saints. 3 runs came across to score at third base from a Malone. And there was a handful more on top of it yesterday. 2 catchers came in. Tanner Lindsley started the day off, and then Bo Willis came in shortly after, and it didn't matter. Both catchers were suffering from it.
1-0. Grotto checks his swing, check down. They're going to say he went. And it's 1-1. A fly ball could get the first run of the game for the Blues. 1-1. Breaking ball, big cut from Grotto.
Yeah, and the change of speeds there from Hannon had Grotto way out ahead of that one. See if he can find another one to fool Grotto and get that runner on third with only 2 outs instead of 1 then.
And that's going to be chopped down the third base line to Cali. It's going to stay fair. He tries to field it, and it goes under his glove and will stay fair. So an RBI for Grotto, scores Cermak, and the Blues take an early 1-0 lead.
And a play that Cowley had to charge it to run after the speedy Grotto. Was going to be a big play if he did anyway. Probably was trying to charge in to go for home on that one. Might have been the easier play than even first, but got to keep the glove down, look it into the glove. Cowley misses that one, and Grotto's at first, and now the Saints trail 1-0.
Yeah, it was going to be a difficult play at home or first, whether Cali decided to go to, but couldn't make the play nonetheless. And this one's shot into right for another hit. This one from Austin Shell. Grotto's thinking about third. He's going to put a hard break on it and slide back into second, not testing the arm of Cowden. And another hit here off of Tommy Hannon for the Blues in inning number 1, first and second with 1 out.
And like I said, they're out here swinging away. First pitch strikes, and they want to attack and send a message to the Saints early. Grotto putting the brakes on at second. Cowden had some trouble with the ball in right, probably could have made it over to third. Let's see if that conservative mindset costs the Blues another run.
Yeah, to bring up the third baseman, Tate Samuelson. Hannon could really use a ground ball here. First pitch outside, ball 1. Samuelson hitting .282. Has 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. 1-0 Blues in the bottom of the first. Heston Toll worked out of a jam in the top of the first. Hannon blows a fastball by Samuelson. It's 1-1. Currently, the Saints sit 2.5 games above the Blues in the standings. Blues in third, Saints in second. The Saints are 3 games behind Santa Barbara after the loss to them last night. And it steps off the mound.
And these 3 teams have had competitive matchups all year round between San Luis Obispo, the Saints, and Santa Barbara. It's been a very competitive CCL South this summer, and it should be a great matchup in the playoffs next week.
1-1. Breaking ball just misses outside. It's 2-1. Yeah, the CCL really, every team's really been competitive. I mean, the team that's in last in the South Division right now, the Barons, have beaten the Saints a couple times so far this year. Saints will see them again tomorrow at home. And that one misses from Hannon, and he's in danger now of loading the bases. Still only 1 out in the inning.
And we'll see after pitching coach Josh Schmidt near the front of the dugout. If Hannon gets into a little more trouble into this inning, we might see a visit from him.
Good pitch there from Hannon, and Samuelson fouls it back. It's 3-2. And like we said, Hannon in an unfamiliar place. It's his first start of the year. The Saints, after losing a few starters, having to do that. We saw John Chomko start a game last Saturday. 3-2. Hey, he struck him out. Fastball blown by Samuelson. Second strikeout for Hannon. There's 2 down.
A big comeback pitch there from Hannon. Able to attack the batter himself. A good at-bat from Samuelson, but falls down on strikes, and now Hannon's got 2 down. And after giving up 3 hits in the inning, he could really limit the damage by only allowing 1 run in this inning if he can attack Esperanza.
Yeah, AJ Esperanza, the catcher, digs in. First pitch, a little too high, ball 1. Esperanza hitting .267 behind the plate today. Austin Shell, who we've seen behind the plate a few times, is the DH tonight. He singled 2 batters ago. That one misses. Hannon behind 2-0.
Yeah, last time we were here, Mark Armstrong got the start for the Blues too. A very versatile catching staff in San Luis Obispo.
As we see with many teams, we know the Saints are as well, between their main 3. There's a strike from Hannon. It's 2-1. I think that's something you'll need to see. If Hannon can really work out of this and start a new inning, it won't feel obviously going back out there. It's first start, very first inning, got into a little trouble. Maybe he was a little anxious. That breaking ball misses.
And he still looks calm and cool and collected on the mound for sure. He's understands that he got himself into a little bit of trouble, and he's trying to work himself out of it. He's got the 2 outs this inning already via the strikeout, and he sees that these Blues batters are going to be aggressive on the pitches in the zone, going to have to try to switch up speeds and fool them.
3-1, catches the corner, it's 3-2. Yeah, he's done a great job this whole summer working out of trouble in many games, limiting damage. Grotto on second, Shell on first. They'll both get a head start on this pitch. It's full count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The pitch. And that misses high, ball 4. So Esperanza walks. The bases are now loaded for Justin Trimble.
Pitch set unfortunately just gets away from him. Wanted to go back to the fastball up and blow it past Esperanza. That one gets a little too far up and inside, and the walk is issued. And now bases are loaded for Trimble.
Trimble in right today, the lefty. First pitch from Hannon. That misses, ball 1.
And now the last thing you want to do if you're Hannon is get behind on Trimble. Don't want to walk in a run and give it up for free. I'd rather have him earn it. You can see that your stuff is able to fool these guys. Don't want to give up the free passes.
Yeah, and he's having trouble getting ahead of guys right now. Behind Trimble, 2-0. Trimble, a newer member in this Blues team, only has had 20 at-bats this season. 2-0. Check swing, and a little accidental contact there from Trimble. Hannon catches a break. It's 2-1.
A big break there for Hannon. That one was definitely going inside, it looked like, from right here. And falling behind 3-0 is a big difference than just being a little bit behind at 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. And that one misses. And Hannon's in danger now of walking in a run. Ryan Fenn is on deck if Trimble were to reach. Trimble's the 7th hitter to hit in this opening inning for the Blues. That one's fouled straight back. Counts full.
And a lot of deep counts on Hannon in this first inning, too. Another full count that we've just seen. It's definitely taken a toll on him. And going to have to be careful to watch that in the later innings before he gets more wear and tear on that arm today.
Full count pitch. Runners take off. He misses inside, ball 4. Grotto scores the Blues' second run thanks to a Trimble walk.
And a close pitch, but ultimately did look inside there. And Hannon's going to be upset with himself there. Able to work it back to a full count after falling behind 2-0 and just giving runs to the Blues.
Pitching coach Schmidt will come talk to Hannon after back-to-back walks. Results in a second run for the Blues with them still loaded for Ryan Fenn. So the Saints find themselves in a hole early on again, down 2-0. They fell behind Santa Barbara last night 3-0 after the top half of the second. Were able to bounce right back with 4 unanswered.
And right now it doesn't look great for the Saints. They got to just work out of it right now. You got a little bit of trouble. They seem to always fall behind in this atmosphere when they come out to San Luis Obispo and work from behind. You don't like to see that if you're on the Saints side of it, but it's not an uncommon place for Arroyo Seco. And they got a decent side coming up next. Castillo, Burton, Boning. Burton had a huge game yesterday for the Saints, and Castillo and Boning have been hot as of late, too, to start it off. And then you're right back to Jackson Cobb in the top of the order to follow.
Well, and then that's why you got to look at the scoreboard every once in a while and realize it's still the first inning. And that's why it's really important, Tommy, and just to get out of this inning. You'll be able to restart next half inning, get your bats up, give yourself a break. But right now he's just not helping himself falling behind these hitters. as it's first pitch ball to Ryan Fenn. The 8th hitter of the inning. The 1-0. And that one misses, 2-0. A lot of pitches for Hannon here in the bottom of the first. Fenn comes in hitting 217. 2-0. That catches the outside corner. It's 2-1.
Both pitchers have had success riding the outside corners. Let's see how Hannon approaches it now after getting the favorable call from home plate umpire.
2-1. That misses outside, and Hannon again in danger of walking in a run. 3-1 to Ryan Fenn. Here's the pitch. And that's popped up. Looks playable for McMurray. Just beyond the infield and the outfield grass will make the catch. So Tommy Hannon limits the damage, but the Blues strike for 2 in the first. And the Saints find themselves in a hole again. We go to the top of the second. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Tommy Castillo to lead things off for the Saints in the top of the second, with Arroyo trailing 2-0. Heston Toll back on the mound. Allowed 2 hits in the first, but stranded him. First pitch at Castillo is taken for ball 1-0.
Yeah, Castillo yesterday had a huge RBI triple, 2 RBI triple in that inning, coming off of when the Saints had given up 3 in the top of the second, and the bottom of the second answered back for 4 runs of their own.
Yeah, Castillo, a new member of the Saints, only 12 at-bats so far, but has been really good. And that's something any player, when you join a new team in the middle of a season, wants to do, wants to get that confidence from your other teammates, obviously. And I think he's just done just that, and he's finding himself moving up in the order as well.
And at a position of need. They don't have a lot of depth in the outfield as of late, losing Cooper Elliott through the year as well, and Jonas Sebring as well could get some reps in there. But Castillo coming on late, grabbing a couple ABs, and looking very productive for the Saints.
Behind the count 1-2, it's going to be a flare out to right. It's going to get down for a base hit. So Tommy Castillo continues his good work. A leadoff single for the Saints here in the second.
And big to get the leadoff man on. Last time there was one down when McMurray was able to reach. But Castillo, a lot of speed at first base as well, too. And Jag Burden coming off one of the best games he's had in a while, collecting 3 hits yesterday.
First, Castillo's taken off on the first pitch, and he's in there. Just got his hand in there. A good throw from Esperanza, but not in time to catch Castillo. And after one pitch, Saints are runner in scoring position.
I love the aggression. First pitch running already there. Castillo, like I said, a lot of speed at first base. and showing it off there, just barely getting in. Even a perfect throw from Esperanza, not able to get to Speedy Castillo.
Early RBI chance here for Burden as the Saints try to get back in this game. The 0-1 misses high and outside, 1-1. Yeah, really, in the game we saw last night from Jack Burden was the type of Jack Burden we saw at the beginning of the year when he came out as arguably the Saints' best offensive player in the first 2 weeks of the season. Cooled down a little bit, saw him drop a little bit in the order, but showing the glimpse that he has last night. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's a ball, 2-1.
Well, you forget, it's hard to imagine the 2021 season where Drew Cowley wasn't the everyday three-hitter, but it was Jack Burden for most of the start of the season. And still a very valuable bat to have down in the order when you want to flip things over. A 7-hitter Jack Burden, that's a lot of success throughout the hitting.
Burden fouls that one over the Saints dugout on the third base side. It's 2-2. And this is little things, obviously, any team wants to do. When you're 2-2, if you're Burden, if anything, just try to get Castillo over to third. With nobody out, send Boning up with one out runner on third. If you can just get it to the right side of play. Just don't want to go down on strikes. The 2-2. And he gets called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Looked a bit outside, but the home plate umpire's been calling it. Burden doesn't like it, but nonetheless, he's out number 1.
A big zone indeed. We've saw it benefit the Saints last inning a little bit, and now it hurts them. That outside part of the plate looks like it's going to be called. You're going to have to speed the hands up and throw them out there to have defensive swings all night. Burden a victim and striking out looking.
That'll bring up Brandon Boning. Boning with one out runner on second. First pitch, fastball, cut on and missed, 0-1. Boning comes in with a 267 average. That average that's been climbing the last few weeks. The 0-1 takes that one just a bit high. It's 1-1.
And hopefully he has a much painless less day than yesterday. Reached base 3 times, only one of them a hit. 2 hit by pitches in his first 2 ABs yesterday. Definitely was feeling it yesterday from Boning.
1-1. That catches inside quarter, 1-2. Yeah, Boning we've seen all summer get plunked a lot. He's definitely gotten it more than others, him and Peyton Lewis. Have had a lot of painful free bases. The 1-2 from Toll. Yeah, that's high. It's 2-2.
Good eye there from Boning. That high fastball when you've had 2 pitches on the outside corner and the inside corner get called for strike. Looks like the best pitch you're going to see all AB. Smart baseball to lay off that one and wait for a strike to come across.
2-2. Boning down the third baseline foul. And they'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It looks like he broke his bat on that one. He'll come exchange that out. And a little bit of an assist from Jackson Cobb over there. And he'll rework 2-2.
Castillo led off the inning with a single. Then stole a bag. Burden strikeout. Leaves it to Boning with 1 out runner on second. The Saints trail 2-0 here at San Luis Obispo. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and miss on the breaking ball. And Castillo starts to take off for third. And Esperanza will run it back. But there's 2 outs now with a run on second after back-to-back strikeouts.
And way to battle back now for Heston Toll, the Arkansas Razorback. After giving up the leadoff single and then the first pitch of your second AB, the stolen base to Castillo, to come back with 2 strikeouts. Really commanding this for his team in the Blues. And Jackson Cobb has a big job here with trying to get something to the grass to bring Castillo home.
And that's going to be blooped out towards shallow center. It's going to get down. Castillo's going to get the wave. He's going to come around and score easily. It's a 2-out RBI single for Jackson Cobb.
A huge hit for Cobb. wanted to get that run across when you had the runner at second, nobody down. Jackson Cobb able to fend off the first pitch, throw his hands out there, bloop one just in center field, and collect an RBI.
Jackson Cobb, we've seen hitting at the top of the order the last few games. They like to use him at that 9 spot when they're lined up at their best as another leadoff guy. Here is their leadoff guy, Bradshaw, who's 0 for 1. He flew out to open up the ball game. Throw over. Close play, but Cobb gets back. So Jackson Cobb gets his 17th RBI of the season, and it cuts the lead to 2-1. Another throw over, and it's close again. Cobb just got his hand back.
And I love that Cobb has got these big leads out there testing Toll right now. And he's going back out for another one even after the 2 pickoff moves as well. He's ready on the base pass. He wants Toll to be thinking about him.
And Bradshaw rips one to right. Toll was thinking about him. Cobb's going to round second. He's going to stop there. And Bradshaw, first pitch swing and a laser to right. Back-to-back pitches and back-to-back hits for the Saints. And they have a little 2-hour rally here in the top of the second.
And Toll, like you said, looking at the runner at first, delivers a meatball over to Bradshaw, able to fire that one in between second and first easily there, and picks up his first hit of the ball game now with Jake McMurray, who's already 1 for 1 today, and an opportunity with the tying run at second base.
First pitch is outside, ball 1. And like you said, with Cobb dancing around up there with his big lead, with guys like Bradshaw, McMurray, Cali up, you want that pitcher to worry about you in case he leaves a pitch to hit. And Bradshaw got one and didn't miss it. McMurray now gets under it. It's going to be shallow right, Fenn going out. It's going to be Trimble coming in to make the catch for out number 3. But the Saints get one back thanks to an RBI single from Jackson Cobb. It's now a 2-1 ball game going to the bottom of the second. Shortstop Ruben Mercado will get things started for the Blues in the bottom half of the second in the 9 hole. San Luis Obispo sent 8 batters to the plate in the first inning off Tommy Hannon, who's back out there. But the Saints answered with one of their own. It's a 2-1 ball game. See if Hannon can get a much easier inning here in the second. He fires first pitch ball, and that's what Tommy Hannon did too much in that first inning. Too many falling behind early in the counts.
Yeah, and after his team gets a run for him back in the top half of the inning, we'll see how he attacks this bottom half. And maybe that gives him a little bit of a confidence boost after getting a little bit of support back from your offense after you get a little shaken up in the first inning.
It's behind Mercado 2-0. That one's in there for a strike. There you go, Tommy. It's 2-1. And when you have an offense like the Saints, that's got to obviously give you confidence just being a pitcher on the team, knowing you don't have to go out there and be perfect and be Jacob deGrom every time you're out there. So that one misses 3-1. You just got to keep your team in it. Give your offense a chance, and we know how deadly this Saints offense can be and how they can explode for tons of runs and just quickly an inning or two. As that one's fouled off 3-2.
Well, and I would compliment Tommy Hannon because of how big he's been in the bullpen this year as well. They have a great bullpen for Arroyo Seco right now, too. Tommy Hannon near the lead in that, along with Sonduk and Chomko but now up in the starting role, doesn't get to rely on himself.
It's a chopper to Boney. He's going to have to be quick with it. He is. Throw a little bit in the dirt, but McMurray picks it. And good job by Hannon to work back and get the first out of the inning via a ground out.
And gave up the leadoff single last time. Never really had that opportunity. Big first out of the inning after coming off the first inning where he's given up an earned run all year. And now Hannon is back to this top of the order, and Cermak, who got the leadoff single.
Yeah, Cermak singled to left on the second pitch of his at-bat and advanced to second on the fielding error by Castillo out in left. The count is quickly 1-0. That one's inside, 2-0. That one fouled back, and it's 2-1. We're in the bottom of the second. Already 8 hits in the ball game combined. The Saints with 5 hits in 2 innings. All of them singles.
And that's something you got to be very confident in, too, if you're Tommy Hannon. Your offense is seeing the ball well. Just let it happen. Keep it in a manageable distance. Do your thing on the mound, and the bats will follow on the other side.
And it's 3-1. And that one misses high. So a 1-out walk to Cermak puts him on base for the second time in as many innings to bring up TJ Clarkson. Tommy Hannon coming into today only had 5 walks in his 15 2/3 innings pitched this year. Already has 3 now in the first 2 innings. Here's TJ Clarkson. Tommy Hannon got him to strike out looking. First time up, see if Tommy can get a ground ball here and get himself out of the inning. First pitch high and outside, ball 1.
And if I'm Peyton Lewis, I think we're getting pretty close to getting a visit on the mound. Tommy Hannon seems to have a little bit of control issues. Not something we typically see, as that one nearly fired it over McMurray. He was ready for it, thankfully. But he's having a little bit of problems locating, it looks like. Not something we typically see from him. Just got to settle him down. Maybe it's just a first start jitters kind of thing.
Cermak takes off. Lewis throw down to second. Not in time. Cermak didn't even slide. But he'll have a stolen bag. And the Blues have another runner in scoring position.
And he didn't have to slide. A great jump from Cermak there. Hannon didn't look at him. He saw that he wasn't taking a big lead. And Cermak just showing off the speed and easily in there at second base.
2-0 the count to Clarkson. That breaking ball is right there for a strike, 2-1. Cermak on second. 2-1 pitch. And that misses high. It's 3-1. Grotto's on deck. In the weights. Saints do have an arm warming up in the bullpen. Another breaking ball. Looks good, and it is. Count is full now to Clarkson.
Yeah, it looks like Kyle Sonduk warming up there for the Saints. And you would like to get Tommy Hannon through this inning at least and not have to go through to Sonduck this early, and you'd hope to maybe even get one more.
And that pitch just misses for ball 4. Another walk for the Blues. And that puts them at first and second with one out for Grotto.
Now the second time we've seen back-to-back walks for Tommy Hannon. Really needs to settle down. He's had a couple of 3-ball counts that he's gotten bailed out of as well, too. It's really taken a toll on his pitch count.
That one's in the dirt off of Lewis's glove. Good job by Peyton Lewis to stay with it. And he's falling behind Grotto 1-0. Even through all this, a ground ball could get him out of the inning. Grotto singled, an infield single last time. A little chopper to Callie at third. That resulted in the first run of the game. Hannon kicks and deals. And that misses. It's 2-0.
Big bat at the plate here for the Blues, too. Grotto has terrorized the Saints. Multiple extra base hits, and now a 3-0 count to him as well.
Hannon in danger of walking. The bases loaded. It seems like that fastball is just running a little high for Hannon today. Not getting on top of it. And Grotto probably taking all the way. Let's see if he gets the green light. He does not. And that looks like that's going to do it for Hannon. He walks the bases loaded with one out here in the second.
And that's Aaron Milam coming out, not the pitching coach. And it looks like Tommy's day will be done.
So 3 straight walks to Cermak, Clarkson, and Grotto. And that'll do it for Tommy Hannon. Kyle Sonduck on his way to the mound trying to get the Saints out of another jam. Kyle Sundick on the mound now for the Saints, and not a easy place to come into. The base is loaded, 1 out. After 3 straight walks, have the Blues in a prime opportunity to extend their 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I'm sure Sonduck thought he might go today, but not this early. Still in the second inning, just 1 down, and 2 runs given up from Hannon, and the breaking ball working already from Sonduck, firing it in for a strike on the outside corner of the first pitch he gets.
It's Austin Shell, the DH, that's in the box now for the Blues, and I think that's the first message from Milam to Kyle Sondick is throw strikes.
Absolutely. Just walk the bases loaded right now. Want to make him earn it.
It's a chopper to third. Callie looks like he's going to come home. He is. That's 1. Lewis throw to first. Double play. Kyle Sondick with a 5-2-3 double play to get out of the bases loaded jam, and no runs come across the score in the bottom of the second. Great work from Sondick and the Saints infielders. It's a 2-1 game as we go to the top of the third. Heart of the order for the Saints in the top of the third after Kyle Sondick works out of a jam. Only took him 2 pitches to get a double play ball with the bases loaded. Drew Callie to lead things off. He singled an infield single back in inning number 1. First pitch from Heston Toll to open up the third. Callie gets under it down the left field line. Looks like it's going to go out of play, and that it does. 0-1 the count.
And Saints got to be real happy after looking like they were in a real rough situation. 3 straight walks, bases are loaded, 1 down, and Sonduck coming in, 2 pitches, getting the double play. And Drew Cowley, the man who started it, now the opportunity to start the top of the third and get a base runner for the Saints.
That one misses low. It's 1-1. Saints have won 2 straight here at San Luis Obispo as that one misses. Count 2-1. They had 2 games in a matter of 3 days out here, July 16th and 18th. Won both those games by a score of 5-3.
And it's definitely a challenge, too, making the 4.5 hour bus ride.
And Callie crushes that one to right. Trimble going back, still going back to the track, to the wall. That ball's a goner.
And I think I knew it. I had to stop to let you talk about it, Jarrett.
Drew Callie with a bomb, and the game is tied.
Why get the base runner when you can tie the game yourself, too? Drew Cowley loves playing here. It's his 2nd home run now at San Luis Obispo and Shinsheimer Park. And this one ties us up early.
2nd home run here, 4th of the summer for Drew Cowley, and this game's tied at 2.
And you could just hear that one off the bat. We don't have the best view from a trajectory point, but you could tell. That one sounded like a metal bat hit it, and Drew Cowley put a charge into it.
A solo shot to right center. Trimble was going back, and he had no shot at that one. And just like that, we're all even. Peyton Lewis with a count of 1-1 now. Lewis rips that one down the right field line, foul. He's behind in the count 1-2. He struck out in the first inning. So Callie 2 for 2 to start his night.
And how fun has he been to watch all year? Just makes baseball look so easy.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to watch, to call. And that one misses 2-2. Mr. Saint. And he's really led this team offensively. He's showing off here in front of the San Luis Obispo crowd. Now Lewis turns on that one to right. Trimble running down the right field line will make this catch. And Lewis flies out for out number 1.
Good swing on it there from Lewis on the inside part of the plate, right at the hands. About as good as you're going to do with a pitch like that. And you got to swing at it because it's been called all day. Good effort there from Lewis. Just unfortunate it's right to Trimble.
That'll bring up Josh Cowden. He grounded out for the third out in inning number 1. He takes a pitch on that outside part of the plate, 0-1. The 0-1. Cowden swings and misses. Quickly behind 0-2.
And that's when we saw Toll was at his best, when he was sitting around that outside after giving up the bomb to Cowley to start us off. And a big shot from Lewis on the inside part. Quickly the first 2 pitches on the outside from Cowden.
That fastball misses high, 1-2. Second straight game, we saw the Saints fall behind early and quickly erase that deficit. Count fouls that one back. Count remains 1-2. One, two. Misses, and Cowden's worked it back even, 2-2. Cowden from BYU.
Talked about it earlier with all the catchers on the roster. Cowden also plays catcher at BYU.
Check swing, check down at third base umpire, and he says he did not. And for the second straight at bat, Cowden works the count from 0-2 to 3-2. Cowden looking for his team-leading 21st walk. And he gets it. That fastball way outside. And Cowden, great at bat there, will reach first with 1 out.
Quickly was down 0-2 on the first 2 pitches of the at-bat, too. And way to work it back there, Josh Cowden. And now Tommy Castillo up, who's already got a hit in this ball game, with Cowden now at first base.
A hit to right field, going the other way for Castillo, and a stolen base. First pitch to Castillo. Swinging off the end of the bat, 0-1. That was Callie's 4th home run and 23rd RBI on the season. The shot to right center. Off of Heston Toll. Toll threw over. Cowden gets back. We saw the Saints very aggressive early on the base paths. Castillo had a stolen bag on the first pitch after he reached. We saw Cobb dancing out there a lot. See if they're aggressive with Cowden. They are. He takes off. Throw down from Esperanza. Looks in time. The tag. And Cowden is thrown out trying to steal second for out number 2.
And I like the aggression there for the Saints. You got 1 down. You're at an 0-2 count now with Castillo. Try to get that run at second base and hope a single will come around to score him. But Esperanza has really showed off the cannon behind the plate today.
And then the 0-2 strikes out Castillo on a pitch out of the zone. So the Saints are retired, but Drew Cowley ties the game up with the solo shot to right field. We'll head to the bottom of the third, all square, 2-2. Kyle Sunduck back out there. He got a double play ball to end the second. Now it'll be his first full inning here for the Saints with a tie ball game thanks to a Drew Cowley solo home run. We're all squared at 2 apiece.
And let's see if Kyle can eat up some innings for the Saints. Has been their best pitcher by far this summer. And a big opportunity for him to come in here virtually in his first inning of work in the third inning. If he can eat maybe 3 or 4 innings for the Saints, it could go a long way if he has some success out there.
The 0-1 pitch right there. It's quickly 0-2. And you were mentioning earlier how good the Saints bullpen, the entirety of the bullpen really has been for them. Well, Kyle Sunduck's been right at the top there. Looking for his first punch out. 0-2 to third baseman Tate Samuelson. And that's hit out towards center. Bradshaw takes a step back, then runs in and makes the routine catch. And an easy out, number 1 for Sunduck.
And even there with Sunduck, the curveball goes back to it. Doesn't have electrifying fastball speed like Tommy Hannon or any other pitching staff member for the Saints. He makes his living with the breaking ball, and right there you see it. Even though it gets a fly ball to center field, off the end of the bat, not really great contact, and that's what he's pitching for, not only with those crazy strikeout numbers he has too.
Now it's A.J. Esperanza. First pitch, swing and fouls it back. 0-1. Yes, Sunduck entering play with a 0.42 ERA. Only 1 run allowed all season for the man. The man from UTSA. One of 2 pitchers from there. Along with John Chomko on the Saints roster. That one bounces the plate 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing in UTSA, but Pasadena is very grateful for him. Chomko and Sunduck have been 2 amazing arms out of the pen, and even can start too. We just said last Saturday, Chomko with his first start of the season. The Roadrunners have been great in the pitching performance.
That one's lined to first. McMurray, a little leap, snags that one for allowed out number 2.
And we always talk about Brandon Boning kind of being the gold glover for the Saints, but Jake McMurray just seems to make a good play every other night now for the Saints. A big line out there that he jumps for. Had the great diving catch yesterday we were talking about for a while now, and it's still up on our Instagram. And just a great play by McMurray to have a nice snag and now 2 outs in the third.
Yeah, you can't hit it that way. It seems like anytime balls hit that way, sharply hit, McMurray's going to snag it. As Trimble digs in, he takes a strike. So 2 down here in the bottom of the third. The 0-1 right there for a strike. And Sunduck ahead 0-2. Yeah, Chomko, as you're talking about, getting that start on Saturday, had 9 strikeouts in 4 innings. It was phenomenal. You think he's an everyday starter. The 0-2 from Sunduck. That one misses outside. 1-2.
And that one had a little bit of tailspin on it there. Looked like it was in the zone and kind of tailed out of it. A little bit of 2-seam action. We haven't seen much from Sunduck this year. See if he's been working on that.
1-2 to Trimble. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. First strikeout for Sunduck. Got a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the 4th. Arroyo Seco Saints 2, San Luis Obispo Blues 2. Jack Burton leading things off, shows bunt but pulls it back for ball one here to lead things off in the fourth inning. Jack Burton, Brandon Boning, Jackson Cobb, the bottom of the order for the Saints. And Burton crushes that one to right but pulled it foul. Burton was all over that one.
That was a mammoth shot from Burton. It doesn't even do it justice. That would have been well gone over the right field wall, and I didn't know he had that in him. That was the farthest ball he's hit all summer.
Too bad he was just out in front of it. As Toll misses there, 2-1 to Burton. Burton struck out looking on a pitch that he thought was outside. Head in the count, 2-1 here. Pitch, it's a little dribbler to second. Fenn on the bounce. Gets it. Easy throw over to first in time for out number one.
And all over Toll in that AB, just unfortunately unable to barrel him up after that foul ball we saw. And an easy ground ball over to Fenn is the first out of the top of the fourth.
That'll bring up Brandon Boning. Saints shortstop, he also struck out back in inning number 2 with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch, that's drilled out towards left. Grotto going into the gap. Looks like he's going to get there and makes the running catch. For out number 2, Boning hit it hard, but is a casualty. That'll bring up Cobb. So after a couple long innings here for Heston Toll, looking for a quick, easy 1-2-3. It'll be Jackson Cobb, who had an RBI single his first time up. A really big hit. After Castillo led off with a single and a stolen base, back-to-back strikeouts had it looking like the Saints may strand Castillo, but Cobb had said otherwise and drove him in with a single of his own.
Yeah, big hit from Cobb last time up, and has the best batting average and on-base percentage with 2 outs on the Saints as well.
Cobb, he likes to swing at that first pitch. It's what he singled on. He swings one there, pulls it down the first base line foul, quickly behind 0-1. Can't give him a get-me-over fastball to begin an at-bat because Cobb will turn on that. The 0-1. That misses high, 1-1. That one way outside, and Cobb gets ahead of the count, 2-1.
Good count here for Cobb. He's going to be patient. He likes his walks as well, too. He's only swinging at pitches in the zone.
That one's popped up over in foul territory and will land foul. 2-2 the count. 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Saints so far. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors so far for the Blues. All 3 of the Blues hits coming in inning number 1. They left the bases loaded in the second after Kyle Sunday came in with a double play ball. 2-2. Cobb hits that one out towards center. Cermak running over it and will make the catch. So a ground out and 2 flyouts. As the Saints go 1-2-3 in the top half of the fourth, we'll go to the bottom. Still all square at 2 apiece. Attention California Collegiate League fans, the 2021 CCL State Championship presented by Placer Valley Tourism is coming to Northern California. The CCL's top teams will compete to earn the designation as kings of the CCL. The state championship will be hosted in Lincoln, California at McBean Stadium, August 4th through 6th. Tickets are available online and at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball. Kyle Sondick back out there, and we are in pleasure to be joined by our third member of our broadcast crew today, Lucas Banks. Lucas, what do you think of the Saints so far tonight?
You know, we're looking a lot better than the last time I was on the broadcast. I will say my first time on here, we got beat pretty good by that Riptide team. So, you know, it was good to see the Saints down 2-0 early, come back with a couple of runs. And Drew Cowley with just a monster home run there in the last inning.
He's so fun, isn't he? He's just great, Drew Cowley. We just can't say nothing bad about him. Just nothing but good things.
Mr. Consistent all year long for the Saints as Sondick back out there for his second full inning of work. He had a quick 1-2-3 inning. He'll get the 8-9-1 hitters of the Blues. Fenn lays down a bunt. It's a beauty. It's going to be a difficult play for Sondick, who fields. Fired to first. Not going to be in time. And an infield butt single for Ryan Fenn to lead off the fourth.
And that's your California baseball there. We talk about it all season long. Bunting for hits, bunting for position, and you always got to be ready for it. Sondick just a little slow off the mound, and not a bad play by the Blues. Can't hit Sondick. Might as well try to bunt off him.
Yeah, Fenn, seeing what Sondick, how good he's been just to get that leadoff guy on with his speed. Laid down a beautiful bunt. And now bringing the shortstop, Ruben Mercado. Mercado grounded out in the second inning. And Fenn taking off. And did it hit Mercado? It definitely hit the umpire after. He's in pain. Mercado's going to toss the bat. Looks like it did. And Mercado gets hit, and the Blues are in business here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, that one just kind of got away from Kyle Sondick, but also Fenn had a great jump there from first base. Probably would have stole that base pretty easily if that ball hadn't been right into Mercado's body.
And Aaron Milam's going to come out there and see what's up with this call here. Not sure if he's arguing maybe he didn't get out of the way of it or if it actually hit him indeed, but short-lived conversation. And now back to the top of the order here with Cermak.
Yeah, 2 pitches for Sondick in the inning and 2 base runners. And the ball hasn't gone more than 8 feet away from home plate. It'll be Cermak. Cermak's reached twice thanks to a single and a walk. The Blues center fielder had the plate for the third time with first and second, nobody out. First pitch from Sondick right there for a strike, going 1.
That's a good fastball there from Sondick, hitting that outside corner. He's got to be consistent there, hitting the strike zone. He was really hitting that zone right when he came out of the pen, which was a good sight to see after seeing Tommy Hannon lose a couple hitters.
And that's just been something Sondick we can rely on all season long. Has been great at finding the corners and attacking the strike zone, and quickly now ahead 0-2 to Cermak, who caused Hannon some problems. Got a single in the first inning and started that walk parade, the first man when the bases were loaded when Sondick came in his first inning of work.
The 0-2's in the dirt, good block by Lewis. Yeah, going back to Sondick, only 3 walks in his 21 and a third innings pitched so far this year. So definitely a strike thrower, and to be as effective as he is, even while keeping balls over the zone, just shows how phenomenal he's been for the Saints bullpen.
He's got great control out of the pen, and that's what you need from a guy coming in for typically in the later innings and the ones that are, or he really comes in for innings that are really important. Like we saw earlier in this game, they needed a guy who can throw strikes, and Sondick was your guy right there.
1-2 to Cermak. He fires. That's in the dirt again. Cermak didn't chase. Good block by Lewis to keep it in front of him. And the count's 2-2. Cermak came in tonight as the second leading hitter in this Blues lineup. Only behind Grotto, who's also reached twice.
Pretty good tandem there with Cermak and Grotto. They've caused problems today, and they've been part of the problems all season long when the Saints were facing them. and still can do some damage today here with nobody out in the fourth.
2-2 pitch. Little high, and it's 3-2. TJ Clarkson is on deck.
Sondic just trying to get a fastball up there, seeing if Cermak would go after the high heat, but he does lay off. It's a good take. And now Sondic's going to want to come back into the zone, not wanting to lose this guy right here.
Full count pitch. And it's a little check swing dribbler right in front of home plate. It's going to be a foul ball.
And that could have been real something if Lewis not able to pounce on that one in time. Luckily, no harm, no foul. Foul ball there. And Sondic just going to have to throw it in the zone one more time.
Do not want to load the bases with nobody out. The Blues had the bases loaded in the second inning with one out, and that's when we saw Sondic appear and get a 5-2-3 double play ball to get him out of it. Full count pitch. Runners take off. It's fouled straight back.
It's a good fight me off swing there by Cermak. Fighting off that pitch. Runner's got a good jump, but that's in the zone, and so he's got to be able to fight that off. See another pitch for him.
Count remains full. See if Fenn on second, Mercado on first, decide to take off again. Cermak putting up a good at bat here. The 3-2, Sondic. He kicks and deals. Time is called by Cermak.
And it was only a matter of time there. That was taking a little bit. I think Sondic wanted Cermak to call it off there. Just trying to make the batter think a little bit more about the next pitch from Sondic. And you never know where it's going with him on the mound and the crazy break he has in his arsenal.
Full count pitch once more. Cermak lasers that one to left center gap. That's going to get down for a hit. Fenn's going to get the wave. Mercado's going to stop at second. The throw goes to third, and the Blues retake the lead with an RBI single from Ryan Cermak.
Yeah, and Cermak just muscled that one out into left center field. Just a little bloop shot, but it does get over the outstretched arm of Brandon Boning there at shortstop, and the Blues are in business now, keeping that line moving with 2 runners on, and still nobody out here.
And like you said, did have to fight that one off, and a real good piece of hitting from Cermak now, collecting his second hit of the ball game and reaching base now for the 3rd time.
That's what the Blues want from their leadoff guy. Only the second run Sondic has allowed this season. Now it's TJ Clarkson takes the first pitch strike. And honestly, it's a little bit of tough luck for Sondic. You get an infield bunt, which is a beautiful bunt by Fenn. He hits Mercado and then really jams Cermak, but like you guys said, fought it off into left. For the RBI, Blues nonetheless retake a 3-2 lead.
And any way you can against Sondic, too. He's been dominant all season.
This one's blooped out towards left. Going to be over Boning's leaping head. And into left for another base hit. They'll stop Mercado at third. The bases are loaded. Still nobody out.
Another little bloop out there into left field. And Sondic is making great pitches. And like you guys have been saying, he's jamming hitters. He's getting them to swing at the end of the bat. But just another ball that's finding a little gap, which seems to be the case. That's happening to the Saints a lot the past few games as well.
Well, I was just going to mention, you remember the game we called, it seemed like they were getting a lot of weak contact when they were off on Sunday. It was just finding the gaps. And now the infield going to move in, not wanting to give up more than just the one insurance run.
A very dangerous situation against a dangerous hitter. It's Mason Grotto who takes strike one from Sondic. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded. As you said, Tommy, infield in for the Saints. See if Sondic can get another ground ball, another double play coming home possibly. The 0-1, right there, 0-2.
And Sondic doing a great job, forgetting about those past couple of hits and really focusing on the batter. 2 straight strikes to Grotto. Big 0-2 lead against the Blues' 3rd hitter.
I'll end up in the pitch. Check swing, gonna check down, he did not go. Count remain 1-2.
Good pitch from Sondic there, really keeping Grotto guessing on his feet. A pitch he wanted to swing at, understanding it wasn't going to be near the zone. Smart play by Grotto to lay off, but a great 0-2 pitch from Sondic.
Grotto got his team-leading 40th RBI back in the first inning. Glorious chance to add to that. Sonduk looking for the punch out. The 1-2. And that's hit out towards left center. Bradshaw is going to camp under center. Looks deep enough. They're going to send Mercado. Bradshaw's throw goes into third. And it's going to be a sac fly for Mason Grotto to add another for the Blues. It's 4-2.
And that's a good piece there by Grotto. Got a little bit under it, but a productive out nonetheless for the Blues. They'll take that extra run, giving them that lead there.
And that's about all you can do if you're Bradshaw. Going to be an absolute missile if you can throw that all the way home. Smart play to throw it over to third base. Don't want to make sure anyone's getting too crazy out there. And keeping the runners at second and first and maintaining the force out should you get another ground ball here.
Sonduk's first hitter he faced was Austin Shell, who digs in. He got the ground ball. And it's going to be a double steal, and Sonduk hit him. Another hits batsman, second of the inning.
And again, while the runners are going, maybe that has been toying with his head a little bit, but we haven't seen too many of those this year from Sonduk, but that ball just tailed in and just kept on going and hits Shell right there.
And now back to that bases loaded scenario. And Shell was the one who grounded into it last time. And now Samuelson has an opportunity. Let's see, there's no movement over in the pen right now. The plan is to get Sonduk through the inning at least.
It's Tate Samuelson. Check swing, and he got a piece of it. It'll be 0-1. Now another fly ball similar to Grotto's. Could tack on another run for the Blues. They already restored their 2-run lead. They had 2 in the first, and they have here 2 in the fourth, looking to add more. Sonduk trying to say no to that. The 0-1. There for a strike going 2.
That's a nice pitch, a little tight slider that starts inside but curves right back over the plate. Great pitch from Sonduk.
Going back to the hit by pitch, guys, we've seen last night against Santa Barbara, there was a ton of hit by pitch on both sides. Saints have hit 2 guys already tonight. The 0-2 right there, strike him out. 3 pitches. Sends Samuelson back to the dugout. Big out number 2.
And that's the Sonduk we're used to seeing right now, too. Samuelson's second strikeout of the evening so far. Sonduk able to battle back. This is, for the most part, the most adversity he's seen all season long, dating back to when that Santa Barbara performance when he came in to close in that 6-5 win.
Now it's A.J. Esperanza. Esperanza takes a strike. He lined out hard to first. McMurray, a nice play at the corner. His last at bat. 2 outs, bases loaded, 4-2. Blues lead the Saints. The 0-1 way outside. The 8th hitter to bat in this inning for San Luis Obispo. Cermak on third, Clarkson on second, Shell on first. The 1-1. Right there, 1-2.
Good off speed there from Sonduk. And with 2 outs here, only down by 2. If Sonduk can get the Saints out of this jam, it's still a very manageable deficit to come back on.
Saints will have top of the order in the top of the 5th. The 1-2. The outside's going to be blooped. It's going to be shallow left. Castillo looks like he's going to get under it, and he is. Makes the catch for out number 3. But the Blues restore that 2-run lead. They lead 4-2 as we're through 4. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. top of the order for the Saints in the top half of the 5th inning with Heston Toll back out there for his 5th inning of work. He now holds a 4-2 lead. Conor Bradshaw digs in and takes the first pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, that was a tough inning for the Saints in the last one. Gave up those 2 runs. But, again, the Blues had the bases loaded and easily could have threatened and gotten a couple of more there. So good job by Sonda to limit the damage. That's been one of the strengths of the Saints bullpen is limiting the damage. When they got runners on, they tend to leave them there.
It looks like we have someone warming up over there. It looks like Rashad Ruff in the bullpen, too.
Bradshaw the other way to short. It's going to be fielded by Mercado. A strong throw across the diamond and a nice stretch by Clarkson at first. Gets Bradshaw out number 1. Yeah, Rashad Ruff warming up, the two-way player for the Saints.
Rashohei Ruff-Tani. You know, that's what we always like to say.
Hey, man, if you can swing the bat and you're throwing 5 strikeouts in 2 innings, I think that deserves the name shout-out.
Batting 1,000.
I was about to say that. And first pitch, diving play by Samuelson, but gets up to throw and can't make the throw, and it'll be an infield hit for McMurray, his 2nd hit of the night.
It was a good play over there at third base, but he had it on the stop, and just when he was getting up and trying to flip it to his hand to throw it, it just slipped out of there. And McMurray, with his speed, he's going to get there to first pretty easily.
Yeah, McMurray with some underrated speed.
He's got a couple stolen bases on the year.
Yeah.
He tends to run.
And so we'll see how aggressive he is on the base pass now with the Saints. As we've seen the Saints be very aggressive. Cowden was cut down earlier in the game, but Castillo was successful. And here's Drew Cowley. Hit a bomb his last time up, a solo home run that tied the game at that point. Another home run here would tie it again.
I mean, if he does that again, this broadcast booth might lose it over here.
And this time it's going to be chopped to second, possibly double play ball. That's dropped by Fenn. He's going to go to first, and I think Cali beat it out. He did not. He is ruled out at first, and
definitely a close play over there at first. I looked like we had pretty good vantage point there, and I thought he might have had a step on it, but smart play by Fenn just to get the out at 1 there and at least salvage that for the Blues.
I was a little ahead of myself. I ruled him safe before even no signal. I thought he beat it out, but the first base umpire obviously disagrees with me.
It was a bang-bang play. It was very close, and you know, it's still a runner in scoring position here, and that's a good play by Fenn, too. He bobbled it, and a lot of times players will panic and throw the ball away or throw it way into the dirt. But he was able to get that one over there. Just a smidge in time there.
Yeah. So a possible inning-ending double play for Heston Toll is bobbled. Now the Saints trying to take advantage of that with McMurray on second with 2 outs for Peyton Lewis. 1-0 pitch. Misses. It's 2-0. Peyton Lewis not with the highest batting average, but a lot of RBIs. Great situational hitter. Gets his hits in the right moments. Right now would be a good one for Peyton. Ahead in the count 2-0. And he takes that one low, and he's in a real hitter's count. It's 3-0.
He's trying to get that slider over the plate, but that one just dipped a little bit below the zone. Same with the last couple of pitches. Now Peyton Lewis ahead 3-0 in the count.
See if he gets the green light. Pitch is inside. And Peyton Lewis get the 4-pitch walk. Have the tying run on first. 2 runners on, 2 outs for Josh Cowden.
And this right now, with what we've seen, is probably best case scenario for the Saints this inning. After Bradshaw grounds out, and a play that could have ended the inning with Drew Cowley last time up, a walk from Lewis, and now the tying run at first base with the milkman Josh Cowden at the plate.
Cowden's grounded out and walked. And his first 2 plate appearances, take strike 1 there, 0-1.
Josh Cowden, big RBI machine for the Saints. And that left center gap is wide open. We've seen him have an opposite field approach to this ball this season, so we'll see what he does here.
Yeah, Cowden, a gap-to-gap guy, as we've seen all summer. That one's way outside. Good job by Esperanza to keep it in front of him. And it's 1-1. McMurray on second, Lewis on first, 2 gone as we play inning number 5. The 1-1. Hit out towards right. Looks like he got under it. Trimble going back. Cermak looks like he's going to get it just shy of the warning track. Cowden just misses it. He'll make the catch for out number 3. The Saints get 2 runners on. but nothing comes from it. They still trail 4-2 going to the bottom of the 5th. Seven, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Blues in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Justin Trimble working against Kyle Sunduk. Sunduk got in a little trouble, faced 8 hitters last inning, but gets himself another inning of work here, looking for a clean 5th inning.
And against this bottom part of the order, he's hopefully to go 1, 2, 3 here if possible. Be huge for the Saints with Rashad Ruff in the bullpen, but trying to get as many innings out of Sunduk as they can.
Yeah, when your starter only goes an inning and a third, definitely want that next guy to come in to chew some innings for you. 0-1 pitch is outside to Trimble. It's 1-1.
And Sonduk's really been attacking the zone still, even after getting roughed up. You know, a measly bunt single and a hit by pitch, really just an unfortunate series of events for Sonduk. And as you can see, that curveball is still working very nice and catching the corners for Sonduk.
1-2 the count now to Trimble. 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did. And Lewis applies a tag. A strikeout for Sunduk. His 3rd for out number 1 here in the 5th.
Yeah, and he really buckled him on that pitch. Great pitch by Sunduk. Another strikeout, and he'll now go to town on this next hitter here. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th.
The Blues, a team that, kind of like the Saints, want to get their winning ways back. The Blues lost last night to the Riptide 3-2. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games. Trying to catch some momentum, as is every team with the playoffs just coming next week.
Definitely the time to catch fire if you're in the CCL right now. Want to be able to ride some momentum, especially in the South Division, and there'll be 2 teams from the North joining them as well, which it looks to be not the team that the Saints played this year in Walnut Creek, and they'll have to deal with Healdsburg and whoever else may make it out of the North.
Yeah, the Lincoln Potters right now are in position around the same record as the Saints. There's another strikeout by Sunduk, really another check swing there as well.
Yeah, another check swing that they had to check down the first base umpire, and Ryan Fens rung up, and 2 strikeouts in a row. Sunduk making quick work. We can't even finish our sentences before it happens.
That's right. But yeah, these Lincoln Potters are a good team as well. They're about a game ahead of the Saints, or a game behind the Saints. But with the Saints losing a couple now, it's the seeding in these playoffs are really dependent on the last 5 games of the season.
Now it'll be Ruben Mercado, the 9-hitter, and the shortstop who takes strike one. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're the number 1 seed with a bye or if you're that last team that sneaks in. Obviously, you want to carry that momentum getting in. We see how tough the CCL is and how anyone can beat anyone.
Kyle Sondag just dealing in this inning, getting Mercado to swing on a ball way outside the zone on 0-1. Now got 0-2 on him. See if he can put him away right here.
Opportunity to strike out the side here, Lucas.
The 0-2 pitch from Sondak. And Mercado just gets a piece of it to stay alive.
You almost had that call right perfectly.
I thought he did it. I thought he did it. It was a good swing by Mercado to stay defensive there and just out ahead of it, able to get a piece of it.
He has another shot at it with the count 0-2. Sondak kicks and deals. It's a shot right back to him. It's off his glove. It's going to be a difficult play for Cobb running to it. He's not going to be able to get there. An infield hit for Mercado. And that'll bring up Cermak with 2 outs.
And some more unfortunate luck for Sondak. A ball that's up the middle and just ticks off his glove, but struck pretty hard there by Mercado. And really not a chance for Jackson Cobb to come in and make a play on that.
And I don't think you're going to be too upset if you're Sondak either. Now has an opportunity to flush out one of the ABs from the top of the order with 2 outs here. Hopefully able to make a good pitch, and then you can start to tick through the meat of the order.
Well, it won't be easy as Cermak cuts on and misses 0-1 as Cermak singled twice and he's walked. He's been on base all 3 times. An RBI single last inning. The 0-1's outside. 1-1.
Sondak's still continuing to throw strikes. He got that first pitch strike onto Cermak, and then just trying to reach that outside corner and trying to get these hitters to swing on those outside pitches. Good 0-1 pitch.
1-1. Cermak got under it. Looks playable. Cali calling it. Just inside of fair territory, makes the catch. So great work by Sondak to work out of it, and a couple of strikeouts gets them through the 5th. 4-2. The Blues lead the Saints as we go to the 6th inning. New pitcher for San Luis Obispo to start the top of the 6th inning. From one Arkansas right-hander to another, it'll now be Miller Plyman who comes in to pitch. Miller's gone 17 innings. It's his 9th appearance, and he carries a 2.08 ERA. And he'll get the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Saints lineup.
They do all kinds of fun stuff here at this San Luis Obispo Stadium, and in that last half inning, they had the bucket with all the tennis balls out there. Honestly, a couple of them pretty close. Pretty close.
That might be my favorite.
There you go.
I couldn't think of the word, yeah. My favorite in-between innings game.
Oh, it's such a good game.
It was really fun, really competitive there, too. There was a couple that were rimming right out, too.
We were getting all hyped in the press box
Hey,
over
we root
it.
for it, too. We root for it,
Yeah.
too.
I mean, it looks like you really can get it in there. But in reality, I mean, you're throwing over this giant fence into a bucket that you can also bounce in and bounce out.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You probably have to bounce it in. You can't hit it on a shot.
Yeah.
You should get like double, whatever the prize is, it should be double if you get it straight out of the shot.
That's what I think. I don't know. Can you knock the bucket over? If it goes in and knocks the bucket over
You know,
and it rolls out, does that count? Does it not? I mean, it feels like if you have enough force to launch it over and knock the bucket over with it, that should count too.
I think they just go by closest, and if it goes in and goes out, you know, that sucks for you.
That's just unfortunate.
Tough luck, huh?
That's tough.
Tommy Castillo leading things off for the Saints. He singled, stole a bag, and then struck out. Game starting to fly by as we play the top of the 6th. That one's fouled off in foul territory. Running after it is Clarkson, but he can't get there, 0-1.
Tommy Castillo pretty fast, hitting in that 6th spot tonight, but now being the first hitter of the inning, it would be huge for the Saints to get him on here, maybe steal a bag or just have the speed on the base paths.
Castillo's scheduled to be followed by Burden and Boating against Plyman. The 0-1. Half-hearty cut there by Castillo. He's fooled, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Plyman has 17 strikeouts in 17 innings, third pitch. Looking for his first one here. Castillo fouls that towards third. And it's going to be a difficult play for Samuelson. He can't make the play. And an infield hit for Castillo.
And that was going to be a tough play for Samuelson no matter what. And Castillo really booking it down the first base line, able to get his second hit of the ball game now after it just stops with Samuelson trying to make the barehanded play. And the leadoff man, Castillo's aboard now.
Castillo's second hit. We've seen Samuelson a third attempt to make a few fantastic plays defensively, but unable to make them. See if Castillo is active on the base pass again. Burton lays down a bunt. Here's Samuelson. Going to need a strong throw. His throw gets Burton by a step, but it moves Castillo over to second with one out.
Very close play over there with Jag Burton. Really trying to do his best Tommy Castillo impression and leg out an infield hit.
That's a great bunt there by Burton. Easily moves Castillo into scoring position. And like you said, he has the speed to get over there, but a great play over there by Samuelson. He was charging on that, and so he was able to make the throw and get Burton out at first.
Now stands Brandon Boning. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, then hit it hard, but right at the left fielder Grotto. If he can find some open grass here, he'd get the third run of the game for the Saints. They trail 4-2 here in the top of the 6th. First pitch, another little chopper. Plyman fields it, looks at the runner. Castillo running over, throws the first for out number 2.
Yeah, it looked like Boning might have cracked his bat on that one. Really just hit it off the end and moves Castillo over to third, but still 2 outs now. So they're going to need a knock here from Jackson Cobb, which he is good for, especially with 2 outs.
Yeah, as Tommy alluded on earlier, one of the best 2-out hitters in the Saints lineup. His first hit came with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. That man was Castillo. See if Cobb can drive in Castillo again here and cut the lead to 1.
Already 1 RBI with Castillo scoring. Might as well get the second one here and start chipping away again here in this 5th inning.
Cobb aggressive in the first pitch. This time does not swing, and it's outside for a ball.
You just chip away, as our buddy in the ops team, TJ, always likes to say, just chip away. We'll get runs. If you get runs in a couple innings here, That cuts the lead down, and that's good for the Saints.
1-0, Cobb, big cut. But comes up empty, it's 1-1. Like I said, we've seen the Saints come back many times. This 2-run deficit is nothing to them. They can easily erase that very quickly. Here's a chance here. Cobb goes the other way. Samuelson, it's off his foot, and it's going to be a fair ball. Cobb into first. Castillo will score, and the lead's to 4-3. Another hit for Cobb.
A good piece of hitting that right to the right of the third baseman, Samuelson. It would have been a tough play for him to get to his right, get the ball in his glove, and then out of his hand into the first baseman's mitt. And Jackson Cobb's got all that speed, too, so he was running down first base, smelling a hit the whole time.
Yeah, really attacking Samuelson this inning. Had the infield hit from Castillo, the bunt from Burden, and now that one from Cobb.
Throw over, Cobb gets back in time. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Castillo and Cobb doing it again. And here's Conor Bradshaw. Another throw over. Bradshaw 1 for 3, laced a single in the right in the second inning.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Cobb in motion some point during this AB, too.
Pitcher's been worrying about him today. First pitch to Bradshaw, just outside, ball 1.
And Conor Bradshaw, great with the bat. One of the most consistent hitters on this team, and if he could line one into the gap with Cobb's speed, he could easily score from first base.
Another throw over. Cobb gets back in time. Four to 3, top of the 6th inning. Cobb with 2 RBI singles today and a Drew Cali solo home run makes up for the Saints' runs. Cobb takes off. Swing and a miss by Bradshaw. Throw down, skips to the shortstop. It looks like Cobb beat him but fell off the bag, and Mercado stayed with the tag for out number 3. Cobb had it stolen but couldn't hold on to the bag. And that retires the Saints in the top of the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Saints get one back. It's a 4-3 game. Kyle Sondick back out there for his 4th full inning of work. He's gone 3 2/3 so far. As we play the bottom of the 6th, Saints trail 4-3. He'll get the 2, 3, and 4 hitters first. TJ Clarkson.
Yeah, Jackson Cobb able to get on base and with that hit there and driving another run in the last inning, cutting the deficit to just 1 run here.
First pitch to Clarkson in there for a strike, 0-1.
And Sonduk, too, coming out for this inning. If he were to finish, it would be 4 2/3, and that is great for Aaron Milam out of his bullpen, especially after starter Tommy Hannon only went 1 1/3.
Clarkson out in front of that one, 0-2. Absolutely. Whenever your starter goes only an inning and a third or less than 2 innings, you feel like you're going to have to use so many bullpen arms. And in the last week of the season, Saints finishing up their regular season do not want to do that, and Sonduk's been phenomenal. Not only allowing the 2 runs and the 4 innings, but, and there's another strikeout. Lewis has to throw down to first, which he does for out number 1, but not only that is, like you said, eating up all these innings.
Yeah, and right there, a great pitch from Sonduk. A 3-pitch strikeout right there, another strikeout for Sonduk, and he's just been dealing. He had that one tough inning, but even in that inning, he was making great pitches that balls from the Blues bats were just finding the holes. So now he just kept his confidence going, kept going and attacking hitters, and he's been finding a lot of success tonight out of the bullpen.
Yeah, Mason Grotto sends in. He's 1 for 1. He's walked, and he's got 2 RBIs. He had a sac fly his last time up. He takes strike 1. The 0-1. Just outside, 1-1.
And going with that slider, it's one of his better pitches. On the first strike call, started inside and got right over the plate, and that one just finished off a little bit outside.
No walks for Kyle Sonduk since entering the game. After 5 from Tommy Hannon in the inning and a third. Sonduk has hit 2 batters, but really has been all in the strike zone really consistently this entire outing.
And a big part of the success so far for the Saints, too, to eat up a lot of these innings after Hannon was only able to go an inning and 2/3.
And home plate umpire thought it was strike 3, but it was only strike 2. To Mason Grotto, the count's 2-2.
He's trying to get the highlight reel, too.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to show him his strike 3 call.
Let's see if Kyle can get him to do it again here. The 2-2. That's hit out towards right. Cowden running over it. And will make the running catch with the hat falling off. Just inside of fair territory for out number 2.
Cowden had to cover a lot of ground out there, and his hat flew off as he was running. But he got there for right to the right field line, making the running catch, and now 2 quick outs here for Sonduk.
2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. And it'll bring up Austin Shell. I think another big thing for Sonduk and why Aaron Milam's fine sending him out here again is besides that big 4th inning, he has not thrown a lot of pitches. Even in that 4th inning, Tommy, you talked about it, these Blues hitters are very aggressive. And for Sonduk, one that doesn't allow very hard contact, it's actually benefited him as he's had really quick innings. First pitch. And therefore a strike, going 1 to Shell.
And hitting that outside corner on that first strike. And as you said, yeah, these low pitch innings are huge for Sonduk out of the bullpen, and what's allowing him to keep going deep into games and keeping the Saints in this one.
And just as important as that one comes in for strike 2, he's been getting ahead of a majority of his pitches and been getting a lot of first pitch strikes.
Looking for another punch out to get through a clean 6th. 0-2 to the DH, Austin Shell. He kicks and deals. Check swing, did he go? He did not. And the count will go to 1-2.
That was close there. He's gotten a lot of good calls on those check swings, but just able to hold up there.
I think I understand why I'm up here in the broadcast booth and not an umpire, because almost every time I'm like thinking he went or he didn't, the umpire does the exact opposite.
Yeah, maybe we got a little bias, too. Maybe
That's
just
true.
a little bit. I mean, we're kind of rooting for one result, I would think.
Yes, it should be.
At least, yeah. That's what
I'm just rooting for good baseball.
that's what they hired us for, at least.
Yeah. 1-2 from Kyle. Swung on and missed. He definitely went around that time. Shell spins around on the strike 3 swing and miss. Sonduk with a clean 6. We're 2/3 of the way through. The Saints trailing 4-3. 2021 CCL State Championship, presented by Placer Valley Tourism, is coming to Northern California. The CCL's top teams will compete to earn the designation as Kings of the CCL. The state championship will be hosted in Lincoln, California at McBean Stadium August 4th through 6th. Tickets are available online and at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerville.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball.
Yeah, it should be fun in Lincoln. Get to go north after touring around the south parts of California right now. A lot of these guys even unfamiliar with that area of California, even around this area. And the Saints will be there, hopefully, and should be real fun and competitive.
Yeah, there's a good chance both these teams are there, the Saints and the Blues.
Yeah,
Sorry, go on, Luz.
No, Northern California is a great place to be. From the area, not necessarily Lincoln, but the Bay Area, just a couple hours to the west of that, west and south. That's a beautiful area, and the Saints will at least drive through there to get there.
Bradshaw fouls that one back. As Miles Pleeman is back out there for his second inning of work. Allowed the run on the RBI single from Jackson Cobb. Now 1-1 count to Bradshaw.
Always been really good games here at Shinsheimer Park, too. And it's a real cool atmosphere as well, and looks really nice with the mountains going in the background and the sunset, and good baseball on top of it.
And great fans. The fans always like to get into it. Might be those $3 beers they sell every time the Saints score.
And Bradshaw's rolling up strike three looking.
And you can hear the fans cheering after that one. They love their strikeouts here.
Well, if it was the Arkansas pitcher, they might say it's Miller time after that strikeout. Miller Plyman really shutting down on that outside corner, and Bradshaw gets caught looking. Not the first victim to that pitch today, but Plyman able to take advantage of it.
Here's McMurray. First pitch swinging, popped it up in the infield. Fenn's going to be under it and make the catch, and quickly 2 gone here in the 7th.
I think they do sell Millers at the beers here too. They should have made that a promo this year or something. With Miller Plyman.
You would think. I'm just a broadcast intern, not a marketing intern.
That's right.
Sounds like a missed opportunity there.
Maybe they'll hear. They'll hear. Next season.
They do a lot of promos here as well. A lot of good merchandise and marketing things for the Slow Blues.
Here's Drew Cali with 2 outs, nobody on. Takes a pitch outside. That's called a strike on 1.
And that one maybe not quite on the play. A little friendly from the home plate umpire. That one's getting pretty outside. Hard to protect if you're Drew Cali, but now you know later on in the AB.
Big cut from Cali there. He's behind 0-2. Cali singled in the first, solo shot in the third, and grounded out in the 5th. Game starting to fly by here. Top of the 7th, 2 gone. 0-2 to Cali. Pitch high and outside. Ball 1. Guys, you think Kyle Sondag has a chance of going back out there for another?
There's nobody really in the bullpen right now unless somebody had already warmed up earlier.
Cali, bouncer to first. He got by Clarkson. Flip to the pitchers. Run to the bag. He's out. And for the second straight time, Cali grounds out and is beaten by a step. Good job by Clarkson. And 1-2-3 go the Saints in the top half of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time with the Arroyo Seco Saints trailing 4-3. Tate Samuelson leading things off for the Blues in the bottom of the 7th. They're holding a 1-run lead, and Kyle Sunduck is back out there. It'll be his 5th full inning of work here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, really impressed to see Sonduck now attempting to go through his 5th full inning of work. It'll be 5 2/3 should he get through the inning, and almost will act like a start for coming in that early. And we talked about it earlier. It'd be a big help if he could eat through a lot of innings, and that would be exactly what he's doing should he get through the 7th.
Strike 1 to Samuelson. Yeah, this is by far the longest outing for Sonduck this summer. And it's 0-1. That one's popped up, looks playable for McMurray in foul territory. He camps under it and makes the catch, and an easy out number 1 for Sonduck in the 7th.
And that's what we like to see, quick outs from Sonduck. He's been doing that all night besides the 1 inning, and that's what's allowed him to go so deep into this game, and he continues it here with the first out in the 7th.
That'll bring up catcher A.J. Esperanza. He is 0 for 2 with a walk.
And it's due in part to Sonduck's ability to create so much movement on his pitches. It's really hard to line up and time up, and it's great for the strikeout bug and also great to find weak contact as well.
First pitch strike to Esperanza. One out, nobody on. Saints down their last 6 outs, only trail by 1. Pitch, that's crushed out towards right center. Bradshaw going back, still going back to the track, to the wall. That ball's a goner. A.J. Esperanza with a solo shot gives the Blues their 2-run lead back.
And that ball was crushed a little bit up from Sonduck, and Esperanza jumped on it. Definitely looked like it had a chance off the bat, and that one snuck over the wall. Nothing Bradshaw can do out there in center field.
It's Esperanza's 3rd on the year, and just the 2nd allowed by Sonduck, and that will prompt some movement in the bullpen now.
Looks like the lefty Dom Dorado getting up there in the pen, getting loose. There's been a couple guys who's gotten up and gotten loose a little bit. Rashad Ruff was one of them, but Milam has chose to stuck with Sonduck, and he's done well besides the 1 homer.
Now it's Justin Trimble. The Blues back with a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the 7th thanks to that Esperanza solo shot. 0-1 to Trimble is fouled off. It's 0-2.
Sonduck bouncing back right after the home run, just still attacking his hitters. 0-2 again, and he's got the stuff to put him away.
Trimble's 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. He's in danger of the old hat trick. The 0-2 from Sonduck. There it is. Trimble swings and misses. Lewis applies a tag. He's out number 2. 3rd time Trimble's gone on strikes.
And a good way to bounce back there, Sonduck, after giving up the home run to Esperanza. Getting Trimble now for the 3rd time via the strikeout. Going to be a big AB here from Fenn to try to just limit the damage to the 1 run.
That's 7 strikeouts now for Kyle Sonduck.
7 strikeouts and 5 1/3. Continues to dominate the CCL with strikeouts.
Here's Ryan Fenn. He had the bunt single off Sonduck. Swings away here. Comes up empty. It's 0-1.
And with Sonduck being such a heavily invested breaking ball pitcher, you're bound to have some outings that might get away from you. We haven't seen too many this year, but you really have to be precise on the location if you're going to throw the slow stuff. And if you just happen to miss, it can cause some damage against you.
1-1. Penn off the end of the bat. Goes foul 1-2. Sonduck has a chance for his 8th strikeout.
Beautiful sunset, too, here in San Luis Obispo. The pink starting to come into the clouds out there beyond the outfield.
1-2 to Fenn. Got him swinging in the dirt. Lewis applies the tag. 8 strikeouts for Kyle Sonduck through 5 2/3 innings pitched. Kyle Sondag was fantastic. But A.J. Esperanza, it's a solo home run to stretch the lead to 5-3. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Four, 5, and 6 due up for the Saints in the top of the 8th against Miller Plyman, who's back out there. Had a quick 1-2-3 inning with the top of the order in the 7th. Looking to do the same against Lewis, Cowden, and Castillo. Lewis 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch outside, ball 1.
Lewis snapping his nasty hitless streak he had yesterday, was 0 for his last 20 before picking up a single yesterday, and looking to start up a little bit of a hitting streak and try to get hits in back-to-back nights.
That was a big cut there from Peyton Lewis, but he came up empty. It's 1-1. And this is where the Saints is looking for some base runners. Down 2. Another big cut from Lewis. Comes up empty. It's 1-2.
Back to just the tandem, me and Jarrett. Got to thank Lucas Banks for joining us for those 3 innings. Back to Twitter. He goes. Yeah. All the tweets tonight, courtesy of him. Multitasking very nicely, yeah. I would add,
with ease. With ease.
He does this. It's what he does.
One and 2 to Peyton Lewis. It's chopper, and it's going to roll foul. Lewis will go back and do it again. This is the final time these teams will meet in the regular season. As we said, there's a good chance both these teams will be in the playoffs next week, in which there's a chance they could see each other up in Lincoln.
Yeah, the top 5 teams will make it. 3 from the south, 2 from the north. And it's very competitive and coming down to the wire here with the last week of the regular season.
Lewis chases the high fastball. Goes down swinging for out number 1.
Great pitch there from Plyman. Chases it, running the fastball high. And Lewis, after getting a lot of pitches outside that he hasn't liked today, sees one coming down the middle. It's just at the eye level, and he chases it, and it's a strikeout.
Here's Josh Cowden. Cowden's 0 for 2 of the walk. First pitch, and therefore a strike 0-1.
This is someone we'd really like to see get going here for the Saints. Cowden reaching via the walk once today. Really could use a hit.
That one just catches the inside corner. He's quickly behind 0-2. He's been behind 0-2 in 3 of his 4 at-bats now so far.
Fans really starting to get into it
I was
now.
about to say, Blues fans getting louder here as the game comes down to the end. 0-2. Plyman gets Cowden to swing and miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the 8th.
And Plyman's really settling in now. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 8th inning. Getting Lewis and Cowden. And now just 4 outs remaining for the Saints. And Tommy Castillo with a job to try to start a 2-out rally to help this Arroyo Seco baseball team out.
First pitch of Castillo. He swings and chases one. It's 0-1. The 2 Arkansas arms is what the San Luis Obispo Blues has thrown out on the mound today against the Saints lineup.
That's all they've needed.
That one's up and in. 1-1.
No mid-inning pitching changes either. Plyman out for his 3rd inning of work.
1-1. Backs Castillo off the plate a little bit. 2-1. A.J. Esperanza last half inning hit a solo home run to stretch the lead to 5-3 in favor of the Blues. 2-1. Castillo hits that one out towards the left. Grotto a few steps back. And to his left will make the catch for out number 3. 6 in a row sent down for Plyman. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Saints still trailing 5-3. Kyle Sondak is not done. Back out there again here in the bottom of the 8th. He'll get the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Blues. Ruben Mercado, followed by Ryan Cermak and TJ Clarkson.
And what a workhorse Sonduck has been today. He would, if he is to finish this inning, 6 2/3 will be the longest any Saints pitcher has gone all summer long. Tommy Steyer getting a 6-inning outing in there, as well as Merrick Sears has gone 6 innings. But no one has gone past that 6 innings threshold, and he's just 1 out away from it.
Fires a strike there. It's 1-1 to Mercado. Mercado singled off of him, an infield single that hit off of his glove. Back in inning number 5. It's a chopper to Cali. Picks it over at third. And a throw across the diamond in time for out number 1.
And that's going to help right there. Get you through to that 6 2/3. He's at the 6-inning mark now. Officially, Sonduck came in, remember, with the bases loaded and 1 down in the 2nd inning. And it's been these quick pitches that he's gotten quick outs on that have really helped him out. Came into this with hovering right around the 70 pitch mark and continuing to dominate. And just a couple of hiccups here, but has really been a key factor in keeping the Saints involved in this ballgame.
First pitch to Cermak is down the third baseline, foul, 0-1. Saints down to their last 3 outs, in danger of losing their 4th straight game. It would be the 2nd time this year they've had a 4-game losing streak. They followed the first one with 4 straight wins. With the regular season coming to a close this weekend, you'd love to see the Saints turn it around. But this game's not over yet. Only trailed by 2.
We've seen late game heroics from them already.
Absolutely. Cermak fouls that one back into the fans. It's 0-2.
And that one rolled all the way into a porta potty. It looked like that had opened up, and
all the kids running after it.
All of them. You love to see that if you're a parent too. Just
be careful going to the porta potty to get it.
Right there, as that one really skipped away from Lewis.
1-2 the count. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Saints in the 9th inning. Burden followed by Boning and Cobb. Only down 2. A bloop and a blast could tie the game for the Saints. Sonduck trying to keep it at 2. He has a 1-2 count on the center fielder for the Blues, Cermak. 1-2. Cermak don't chase. It's 2-2. Sonduck's allowed 3 earned runs. 2 in the 4th. Solo shot in the 7th. A Blues win would end the season series with the Saints at 3 wins apiece for both sides. 2-2. Cermak got under it. It's right to Boning, who barely has to move. Catches the pop out for out number 2.
Yeah, scary at first. Looked like he might have lost it in the air for a second and then found it quickly again. Really hard to see with the lights on. Tracking that ball, you only have half the field illuminated. And in the infield, it gets kind of dark if you hit that ball high enough. Boning able to secure it for the 2nd out here in the 8th inning.
That brings up TJ Clarkson, the first baseman, who is 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Sonduck punched him out the last time.
And now officially the longest outing we've seen from any Saints pitcher this summer. 6 1/3 already for Sonduck. Very great performance for the Roadrunner.
It's really pretty crazy to think about that. You get told your starter only goes an inning and 1/3, and you only use 2 pitchers that entire game.
A very good comeback for the pitching staff of the Saints, and it's summer ball at the end of the day. You're trying to get reps out here, but nearing the end, it becomes much more competitive, and you're asking a lot more of your best players, and Sonduck proving that he is indeed one of the best pitchers on this Saints staff.
He has a chance for his 9th strikeout. A strike away on TJ Clarkson. Sonduck's been phenomenal. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He kicks and deals. Fastball misses. 2-2. Chopper to first. Should be easy for McMurray. He gloves it. Race to the bag. McMurray gets there first for out number 3. We go to the 9th. Saints down to the last 3 outs, trailing by 2. It's 5-3. The 2021 CCL State Championship, presented by Placer Valley Tourism, is coming to Northern California. The CCL's top teams will compete to earn designation of its Kings of the CCL. The state championship will be hosted in Lincoln, California at McBean Stadium August 4th, 5th, and 6th. Tickets are available online and at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball. Saints looking for some magic and a comeback here. Jack Burden, Brandon Boning, Jackson Cobb due up against Miller Plyman here in the 9th, trailing by 2.
Yep, 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Saints. And Esperanza's going to go up and have a meeting with his pitcher. Plyman as well, been a great workhorse out of the bullpen for the Blues. Have to tip your cap to him there, looking for his 4th inning of work now. And should the Saints get a little bit of run support and a little bit of a rally going, 7, 8, and 9, get a couple guys on base. You're right back to the top of the order. Bradshaw, McMurray, Drew Cowley. But Burden, Boning, and Cobb will have to start us off first here. And let's see what they can do and try to make some magic happen here in the top of the 9th.
And that's what makes the Saints lineup so great is you're thinking, oh, 7, 8, 9, but Burden, Boning, and Cobb, probably the best 7, 8, 9 in the entire CCL as Burden takes ball 1.
Well, we know what Jack Burden can do. Like we said, seemed like every game it was guaranteed hit for Jack Burden in the beginning of the season. Brandon Boning really coming on as of late. And Jackson Cobb is definitely the best 9-hitter in the entire California Collegiate League.
And that one misses the inside corner. And quickly 2-0 to Jack.
And you got to be patient here for Burden, too. Now ahead 2 balls on the pitcher. Really got to wait for your pitch. A walk just as good as a hit here, too. Discipline is the name of the game in the crunch time moments.
2-0. Burden, little grounder to short. Mercado fields it. Throw to first. Gets Burden by a step for out number 1.
And a good piece of hitting there. Able to hit it the other way. Trying to show off his speed and leg out something infield single. Mercado just too strong of an arm. And ultimately hit right at him. And now just 2 down with a 2-run deficit. And Brandon Boning at the plate for the Saints.
And like you're saying, Tommy, at this point, down by 2 in the 9th, if you're Boning Cobb, just get on base. Get that tying run up just to give yourself a chance. Especially when if one of them get on, you get Conor Bradshaw coming up. And then possibly McMurray or Cowley if they're able to do that. So Bone and Cobb just trying to get on base here with 1 out.
Bradshaw, the team leader in home runs as well.
Boning shatters his bat again, and it's popped up right to Plyman, who makes the catch.
That is the 3rd broken bat for Brandon Boning today, and just unfortunate for him. He knew he was sawed off, and he's not going to be happy about that one. And quickly, just after the 1st out, the Saints find their 2nd out, and the clock is running out for the Saints.
Down to the final out. Plyman looking to retire 9 strikes to end the game. It'll be Jackson Cobb. He got an RBI infield single off of Plyman back in inning number 6.
And it started with Conor Bradshaw, man on deck.
In that 6th inning, Cobb was caught stealing second to end the inning. Since then, the Saints have not had another base runner. It's 1-0 to Jackson Cobb. 5-3 Blues lead. Saints down to their final out. And it's a grounder to short. This could do it. Mercado fields. Throw to first in time to get Jackson Cobb. And this ball game is over. The San Luis Obispo Blues defeat the Arroyo Seco Saints by a score of 5-3. Tommy, the Saints lose their 4th straight and a little bit of a cold streak here with the regular season really coming to an end.
It's not what you'd like to see if you're head coach Aaron Milam or a Saints fan right now. Not the best baseball being played at the end of the summer right now, but the Saints, they'd like to get this out of the way early right now. They are putting good pieces on the ball. They had 9 hits today, just 3 runs coming across. An unfortunate start to the game. You had another pass ball issue in there that moved over some runners, and limiting the mistakes is key for the Saints right now. Kyle Sonduck able to come in and get 6 2/3 innings out for you to really take some load off of the rest of your pitching staff. They're all going to be well rested now for the rest of the games throughout the week. And a very important next few days for the Saints. Really want to lock up a playoff spot and display that you're not just going to roll over in the CCL division.
Yeah, it shows how tough the CCL is, that a team at the top of the standings like the Saints could go through these little cold streaks and losing streaks. As great as Kyle Sundick was, unfortunately he does get the loss. Heston Toll is the winning pitcher.